matter what,
Check this shit out,
just for
folks.
purposes of discussion, let's say there are a series of airstrikes. When they are over, Bashar al-Assad is still going to be in power. The Russians are still going to be inside Syria. Iranian proxies are still going to be inside Syria. It's not fundamentally going to change the military balance on the ground. It's not going to push Bashar al-Assad out of power. The point that Secretary Mattis, we believe, has been making behind closed doors is this is a crisis that still very much requires an international diplomatic solution to get Assad out of power, and it is the Russians that at the core play the key role in making that happen. Right now, there is a very adamant view at the Defense Department and I think in the intelligence agencies, it's fair to say that the Russians want Assad in power. They like having him there. It gives them free reign inside Syria. It gives them valuable territory. It gives them a port on the Mediterranean that is important to the Russians for trade and commerce and their own perception of their security, if you will. So they're very happy to have Assad there, regardless of the atrocities he inflicts on his own people. How do you incentivize the Russians to get Assad out? Bombs, missiles are not going to do it, but there's very much a feeling after last week's what appears by all accounts to be a terrible chemical attack against men, women, and children. The international community cannot leave it unanswered, and that the Russians are complicit. They are Assad's sponsors. They had to have known what he was up to.
I want to also bring in our chief national security correspondent, Jim Sciutto, who's joining us as well as we are waiting for President Trump to address the nation tonight on Syria. Jim, unclear exactly what sort of response might be happening.
The debate this week has been not whether to attack in response for this chemical weapons attack, or what is believed to be a chemical weapons attack, but how much to respond. Right, the president wanting a sustained attack. That position apparently supported by his new national security advisor, John Bolton, as well as Nikki Haley, the UN ambassador who left the White House just a couple of hours ago after a meeting of the National Security Council. And Mattis, not so much on the other side, but counseling caution